Nowadays in Star Wars, Kyber crystals are pretty well known as the Force-attuned gemstones that Jedi and Sith used to power their lightsabers, but they weren't always that way. I recently read about the ancient Force relic known as the Kyber crystal in the Star Wars Legends book Splinter of the Mind's Eye, and I thought it would be fun to explore the evolution of how Kyber crystals as we know them came to be. In George Lucas's earliest versions of the script for Star Wars, the Kyber crystal, spelled with an I instead of a Y, was a MacGuffin for the story. Like it's presented in Splinter of the Mind's Eye, it would be able to collect the Force and amplify it for whoever wielded it. In the third draft of the script, it was changed from being a unique crystal to being one of many, and part of the plot would be about Ben Kenobi trying to recover his personal crystal from the Empire. Eventually, Lucas decided that the Force shouldn't have to be channeled through any sort of relic, and the crystals were dropped from the story. As I mentioned already, Splinter of the Mind's Eye, the 1978 book that would eventually become the first book in Star Wars Legends, revisited the concept. The Kyber crystal, now spelled K-A-I-B-U-R-R, became a very unique relic that could increase its user's abilities in the Force. It was also able to heal even serious injuries. Luke and Leia recover the crystal in the book, but when they took it off planet, it became powerless. It's very similar to the Holy Grail in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It could heal lethal wounds and make you immortal, but only if you stayed in that cave. Anyway, Luke still found some uses for the crystal, including taking shards off it for use in lightsabers. In the 1996 book called Lightsabers, Luke referred to it as the most powerful type of lightsaber crystal. So now we're getting into details that are starting to sound more familiar, and the 2012 episode of The Clone Wars would cement the Kyber crystals, now spelled K-Y-B-E-R, and their place in the Star Wars canon. The episode's plot was about a group of younglings that had to find their specific Kyber crystals on the planet Ilum in order to build their very first lightsabers. In 2014, with the launch of Star Wars Legends, The Clone Wars was kept as part of the Star Wars canon, and as of right now, Kyber crystals describe those specific Force-sensitive stones used in the construction of lightsabers. In the past, a lightsaber's color was determined by different types of crystals. Now Kyber crystals take on a color when a Force user makes a bond with it. Natural colors so far would normally be blue or green, but purple, yellow, and even orange have been seen very rarely. A red lightsaber was created by pouring the dark side of the Force into a crystal, and white was created by purifying a red crystal with the light side of the Force. Since the relaunch of the Star Wars canon, we've also seen these crystals in a variety of locations and sizes, and we now know that they had uses outside of lightsaber construction. They could focus and amplify energy weapons, and that made them valuable for use in super weapons even during ancient times when the Sith created the Temple on Malachor. And of course, we know that they were harvested and used to power the super laser in both Death Stars, and while this has yet to be confirmed, I believe there are many hints pointing towards Starkiller Base being built out of the planet Ilum, and its immense destructive power was thanks to the countless Kyber crystals found inside the planet itself. As of right now, that's everything we know about the evolution of the Kyber crystal from George Lucas's original ideas to what we know about them today. Are there any other topics you'd like to know the history or evolution of? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.